There is a quiet ache that follows many of us through our days, so familiar that we rarely stop to name it. It is the feeling that whatever we have is not quite enough. A little more money, a little more success, a slightly better version of ourselves, and then we tell ourselves we will finally rest. But the finish line keeps sliding forward. We reach it, and the ground moves again. It is like walking on a treadmill that never stops, always striving, never quite arriving. Today we are going to step off that treadmill together and sit with a gentler idea. 7 calm truths about the quiet power of enough. Stay with me. Let us be clear about what enough means and what it does not. Enough is not giving up, and it is not laziness. It is not lowering every dream you have ever held. Enough is something quieter than that. It is setting down the belief that you are only okay once you have more, that your worth is always one step away, waiting on the far side of the next achievement. It is learning to feel that what you have and who you already are is a solid place to stand. After each truth, I will offer a small practice you can try. You do not have to earn your way to peace. The first calm truth is that contentment is not the same as giving up. We often fear that if we let ourselves feel satisfied, we will lose our fire and stop reaching for anything at all. So we keep a low hum of dissatisfaction running in the background, believing it is the only thing that keeps us moving. But peace and ambition are not enemies. You can be deeply at rest with your life today and still care, warmly, about where it is going tomorrow. In fact, the calmest people are often the ones who work the hardest, because they are not driven by fear or lack. They act from fullness, not from a wound. Contentment does not mean you stop climbing. It only means you stop hating the mountain while you climb it. Try this now. Bring to mind one thing you are working toward, something you truly want. Notice the tightness underneath it, the quiet sense that you will not be all right until you have it. Now say gently to yourself, I can want this, and still be at peace right now. Feel how the wanting softens when it is no longer carrying the whole weight of your happiness. You are allowed to reach for more and be at rest at the very same time. The second calm truth is that your mind is built to chase more, and it will never be fully satisfied on its own. Long ago, wanting more helped us survive, so the brain rewards us for gaining and then quickly resets, hungry again. Whatever you get, you adapt to. The raise that thrilled you becomes ordinary within a month. Some call this the treadmill, and it is not a flaw in you. It is simply how the mind works. But once you can see it, you no longer have to obey it. When the voice says you will be happy after the next thing, you can smile and answer, I know this trick. The finish line always moves, so I will choose to be all right here. Here is your practice. Think of something you once longed for and now barely notice. A home, a job, a phone, a person beside you. There was a time you would have given almost anything for it. Let yourself feel, just for a moment, the wonder you have quietly forgotten. Say to yourself, this too was once a dream come true. This is how you step off the treadmill for a breath, by letting an old wish become new again in your hands. The third calm truth is that comparison is the thief that turns enough into not enough. On your own, you might feel perfectly content with your life. Then you open your phone, see someone with more, and suddenly what was plenty a moment ago feels poor and small. Nothing about your life actually changed, only the measuring stick did. And there will always be someone with more, a bigger house, a faster rise, a smoother face, because you are quietly comparing your ordinary insides to everyone else's polished outsides. It is a race with no finish line and no winner. The moment you stop measuring your life against theirs, an astonishing thing happens. What you have quietly becomes enough again, exactly as it always was. So try this. Notice the next time you feel that small sting of comparison, that quiet drop in your chest as you scroll. Instead of following it, pause and gently turn your eyes back to your own life. Name 3 things in front of you right now that are genuinely good. Your breath, a warm cup, someone who loves you. Comparison lives in the distance. Gratitude lives up close. Choose, in that moment, to come home to what is already yours. The fourth calm truth is that wanting less is often a faster road to abundance than getting more. We imagine only one way to close the gap between what we have and what we want, and that is to keep adding, keep climbing. But there is a second door, quieter and almost always open. You can simply want less. A person who needs very little is already rich, while a person who needs a great deal can never quite catch up. Every desire you gently release is a small weight set down. Instead of always asking what more you can add to your life, try asking what you could quietly take away. Often, the lighter life, not the fuller one, is the one that finally feels like enough. Here is a small practice. Look around the space you are in, or the calendar of your week, and find one thing you are carrying that you do not truly need. One object, one obligation, one endless want. Imagine setting it down, and notice that nothing essential is lost. Say to yourself, I have enough, and I am allowed to want less. Subtraction, done gently, can open more room in your life than any amount of adding ever will. The fifth calm truth is that gratitude is simply attention turned toward what you already have. Gratitude is really a direction you point your mind, not just a feeling that arrives. All day, your attention drifts toward what is missing, what is wrong, what is still undone. Gratitude gently turns it around, back toward what is already here and quietly working. The roof over you. The people who stayed. The plain miracle of a body that carried you through today. None of this is new, but attention makes it visible again. Gratitude does not invent good things out of nothing. It just wipes the fog from the window so you can finally see the ones that were there all along. Try this. Before you sleep tonight, name 3 ordinary things from your day that quietly went right. Not grand victories, just small mercies. A meal you enjoyed. A kind word. A moment the light looked beautiful. Let yourself feel each one for a breath, rather than rushing past it. Do this for a few nights, and you will notice your mind slowly learning to look for what is good. Gratitude is a muscle, and attention is how you train it. The sixth calm truth is that enough is a decision, not an amount. We keep waiting for some number to arrive that will finally signal we can rest, a certain salary, a certain achievement, a certain shape. But no amount has ever announced itself as enough. There is always a little more just past it. Enough is not a quantity you reach. It is a line you draw. At some point, you get to stand up and say, this, right here, is my enough. I choose it on purpose. That sentence is not weakness or surrender. It is one of the most freeing decisions a person can ever make because it hands the finish line back to you. Here is your practice. Ask yourself quietly and honestly, what would enough actually look like for me? Not for the people I follow, not for the person I imagine I should be, but for me. Picture that life clearly, and notice how much of it may already be in your hands. Then say, out loud if you can, I get to name my own finish line, and I am naming it here. Drawing that line is how you stop running a race that was never really yours. The seventh calm truth is the one to hold when all the others slip away. Choosing contentment now does not cancel your growth later. We fear that if we accept ourselves as we are, we will freeze there forever. But the opposite is what really happens. A tree that is rooted and well does not stop growing. It grows precisely because it is nourished, not starved. When you move from fullness instead of lack, your reaching becomes lighter and truer. You build, not to prove you are worthy, but because creating is a quiet joy. Peace and progress were never opposites. You can be completely at home in your life today and still, gently, become more tomorrow. Contentment is not the end of the journey. It is a kinder place to walk from. For your last practice, think of one way you would still love to grow and hold it in a new way. Instead of, I will be enough once I get there, try, I am already enough and I would love to grow anyway. Feel the difference in your body between those two sentences. One pushes from fear, the other rises from peace. Then take one small step toward that growth today, not to fix yourself, but as a gift to the self you already are. So there they are, 7 calm truths to carry with you. Contentment is not the same as giving up. Your mind is built to chase more, and the finish line always moves. Comparison is the thief that turns enough into not enough. Wanting less is often a faster road to abundance than getting more. Gratitude is attention turned toward what you already have. Enough is a decision, not an amount. And contentment now does not cancel your growth later. You can step off the endless treadmill of more, not because you have stopped caring, but because what you have and who you are is already a solid place to stand. So this week, let yourself want a little less and notice a little more. If this helped you feel a little lighter, take a second to subscribe and leave a like. It quietly helps the channel grow. Thank you for spending this calm time with me. Be gentle with yourself, and take care.